Hi everyone, welcome back to Aidans Railways. Today we're going to have a look at the Anglian set. I'm quite excited about this one because it answered a lot of questions from a previous video with one of the coaches that I managed to get a hold of. So I hope you enjoy. So a little while back in a previous video, I picked up a number of second-hand items from the model shop, and one of them was this Scalextric coach in blood and custard, rhubarb and custard, whatever you want to call it, but BR colours of the time and era. At the time, I said I had seen these coaches before from Hornby, but for the life of me I couldn't work out where, and I'd looked through all the catalogues that I've got and I couldn't find them anywhere. And I was so used to seeing them in the Great Western colours or LNER colours, it was starting to become a bit of an obsession trying to work out where these had come from. Luckily, in the comments for that video, somebody pointed out that it actually came from Hornby Anglian set. So that answered the question as to where the coach had come from. Now, I've been very, very lucky, yet again, at the model shop, incredibly lucky, that I happened to walk in there to get something completely different for Katie, and while I was in there I had a look around. There's some new second-hand stock in there. As I was walking past the shelves, I came across this coach and this coach, and I thought, wow, gonna have to get them. They weren't very much money at all, you know, we're talking pocket money. I thought, wow, that means I'm gonna have a rake of free. It means I'll have a brake one, and I'll have another ordinary Scalextric coach like so. That's going to give me a rake of free. I thought, that's great. I quickly picked them up and I put them onto the counter. I said, I'll put them to one side and I'll have another look around. In the meantime, I thought to myself, wait, that's the two coaches from the Anglian set, and that means I've got a third at home. So I started to have a search around on the shelves, and lo and behold, what did I come across but the locomotive from the Anglian set. Couldn't believe it. And I can tell you now, apart from one mark just there on the tender, this is in incredibly good condition. It's beautiful, it's lovely, and for all it's a railroad model, it is wonderful to have now that set, obviously minus the track and controller. But what's the track and controller? I've got absolutely loads of those things. I thought, but this is even better because I've actually got an extra coach as well. So I quickly purchased them along with a number of other items that I hadn't intended to get when I was in the store, and picked up what I originally went in there for. Most of you will understand that feeling. You go in for one thing, come out with far more than you're meant to. But here we have the Anglian set. So I figure, let's have a quick look at it, and we can see it is incredibly smooth runner. So we'll show that as well. So first of all, let's have a quick look. We've got that coach that we saw before. This is exactly the same. Now, as I picked up in the other video, the glazing is really rather dirty on this, so I might take this to bits and clean that up. But on this one, you can see it's really, really much cleaner, and I can't see any damage at all that I've been able to see to this coach. Absolutely lovely. I love those colours on the Scalextric coaches. I think it just looks really, really nice. And of course, we have here the brake version. So these are just your railroad. These coaches go back for years, this moulding, or at least this style of moulding anyway. They do have the plastic wheels with the metal axles, but I'm going to forgive them. Initially, when I got the other one, I thought it might just stick in a siding or work a branch line on the model railway. But everything appears to be intact. It's absolutely wonderful that we now have a full rake of free. I think they're going to look wonderful together on the layout and trundling around. So I'll just put these up there. So let's have a look at the loco. So as we can see on the front there, we have got a run number of 61525 on the smoke box, and I'm not entirely sure whether I'll be able to pick it up. Is that 30A for a shed box number? Shed number? Possibly. So we got 460 locomotive. I don't believe that it's DCC ready, but I haven't took it to bits to find out, and I don't intend to right now. But the wheels look to be in great condition. There doesn't seem to be any sort of chafed flanges or things like that. They seem to be really, really good condition. I don't think this has really seen much use at all. Both safety valves and the whistle are still intact, as is the handrails, and you can see them going right around the smoke box and all the way along the boiler. Flick it over to the other side. Exactly the same, and as you can see, most of it is just moulded detail because it is, at the end of the day, it is a railroad model. Let's have a look there at the side of the cab. So we've got 61525 and RA4. The lining's pretty good. It is pretty sharp. Like I said, it is a railroad model. The chimney isn't hollow, but I don't see, I can't imagine I'm going to be putting a smoke unit in it, so that's perfectly fine. This is a made in China version of this particular style of loco, and you can see everything, even the wheels there, seem to be really, really very clean. It doesn't look like this has had very much use at all previously. Now, a little bit about this Anglian set. The set was a exclusive to Argos, I believe. As far as I'm aware, it is a Hornby R1089, the Anglian. It was an analogue train set. This is a B12, and it came with just the 2 Scalextric coaches. And although it's not boxed, it seems to be in great working order. So you've got some moulded detail for in the cab, but nothing actually picked out with paint, and the space there for a crew to go in as well. But it's really wonderful. Got to tell you, when I got back to the house and Aidan arrived in, and I didn't even show him. He saw it on the workbench and immediately took a fancy to it straight away. The tender, I really like this BR blue on this locomotive, I've got to say. So we've got the early emblem. There is this little bit of damage here, but I'm not bothered about that at all. It's next to nothing, and I don't think it really is that noticeable. Dirty it up and it won't be noticeable at all. The top bit's all moulded. The coal's a bit, well, it's very plasticky, but I think put a little bit of real effect coal on there with some PVA glue. I think that'll look spot on. Weirdly enough, I actually bought some while I was in there. Not for this, but for something else. But there we've got some separately fitted handrails, which isn't bad for a railroad model. And also we've got some imitation lamp irons moulded into the bodywork there as well. We have got some metal buffers, nothing sprung. Same on the loco, we've got metal buffers there as well. And you can see this side in far better condition. Plastic wheels. Nothing I can do about that. They are plastic wheels, but I'm sure some of you are already aware of this. But for those of you who aren't, I wasn't aware of this until it was pointed out to me in the model shop. That's right, this has got the chuff chuff sound to it. And you can see that's how it works. Now, I had to show Aidan this and Katie, and their faces lit up. And when we don't need any DCC chips for this one, it'll just chuff chuff along the track quite happily. So I know it's a bit gimmicky, but to be honest, I think it's wonderful. It's great. It's a lovely, lovely set. And I'm going to put some video there up on the screen, and you'll be able to see just how smooth this is. It's just on the rolling road. So we've got the B12 with 3 Scalextric coaches now, by pure chance, on a visit to the model shop, and I'm sure you can see on the screen there how smooth it is rolling on that rolling road. Wonderful set. If I had to hazard a guess, I think altogether this has come to between £30 and £35. I think that is an exceptionally good price. What I think is a wonderful locomotive. It just looks really, really nice in that BR blue, and I've took a particular fancy to those blood and custard Scalextric coaches. I think they look wonderful as well. So there we have another success story here on Aidans Railways, where we've managed to find out exactly where one bargain item came from, what set it was from, where the set was actually sold, and then we've actually managed to locate both the locomotive, the coaches from the set, and put another coach in with it as well. So for me, It's a bit like a time team dig. It's we've found all of the missing pieces and we've managed to build a lovely little train together there. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget, if you haven't already subscribed, click on the round button. If you enjoyed this video and you want to watch some more, there's another video at the top of the screen and there's a playlist at the bottom. See you again soon.